It's Loving the Strange with Carrie Jones and Sean Farrar. Loving the Strange, a podcast for weirdos and those who want to be weirder. Embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Loving the Strange. Check us out. Hey!
Oh, no, you can.
We are here.
What's up, baby?
Well,
Is anybody else here?
I don't know. And they
If
may
not,
well...
we can just talk about business and our normal life.
I know. We can be like, hey, welcome to Loving the Strange, Sean. And you can be like, hey, welcome to Loving the Strange, Carrie.
But I'm not into the strange.
What?
I'm not into the strange. I only want to do that.
You're not?
No, I'm just joking. It was kind of a sex joke. I'm sorry. No,
I didn't get it.
I was hoping there might be somebody here to get my sex joke, but
What?
I said I was hoping there was somebody here to get my sex joke, but apparently not.
No, there's people here now. It's okay.
Oh, John's here?
We're not alone. John says he's here, but he is dead tired.
A hard day of fishing.
He had a hard day of fishing. Poor John
He
Bell.
probably got up at like 12 midnight or 1.
12 midnight?
That's two things, not three things. Midnight or 1.
12 midnight.
But there's two 12s, you know. There's a 12 midnight and a 12 noon.
All right, anyway. Welcome to Loving the Strange. And tonight we have no topic.
Yeah.
Which makes
I threw out a bunch of them. Carrie shot them all down and said, we're just going to go with that one. I said, all right, let's give it a try.
Let me tell you that this Loving the Strange, Carrie is going to count the number of times Sean lies. 1. We are 2 minutes into the podcast, people, and he's already lied 1 time.
So I got time for at least 30 more or 29 more.
Do you know what this means?
What?
This means that Sean is running at a presidential lie rate.
Oh, yeah.
Like 1 lie every 2 minutes.
I dipped my toe in the political water. So
you're going to be in the White House soon, babe.
I'm practicing.
So, anyways, this is Loving the Strange.
Oh, I didn't silence my phone.
Where Sean fails to silence his phone and Carrie fails to have a topic to talk about. Today, I'll
accept responsibility for 49% of that failure.
It is totally his failure. Susie said to say that you need to have a bell to ding every time he lies. That's a good
idea. No, it's not.
Yeah. Ding!
I already have tinnitus.
It is a good idea.
Or whatever it's called, where I have that constant ringing in my ears.
Ding! He's up to 3 lies. 3 lies, John Kelly.
I'm picking up the pace. It's only 7:03 now.
I know. You're now a lie a minute. A very long time ago, when I was starting to decide to like Sean or not,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Careful what you say.
Language. I posted a photo of him on LiveJournal. Like back in those, LiveJournal was like a blog for you youngins.
Where did you steal that picture off?
I took it myself. Thank you very much.
What, are you stalking me?
You were smiling at me.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, you're so sweet. And he's so cute. Anyways, at the time, I like took photos and I'd be like, caption this, because I had nothing else for content. Kind of like now. And so, but my editors said, you have to have content, Carrie, put out content. So I had to blog all the time. And so like I had every Friday, I'd like post a picture from my life and I'd be like, caption this basically.
Sounds cool. Tell me about my photo.
Anyways, I had a photo of you. I had a photo of Belle Vachon, one of my daughter Emily's friends, right?
Same thing?
Yeah. And I was like, what do you think of these people? Like, if they were a character in your play. And everybody's like...
caption, this is in 1 week? At the same time?
Yeah. And, like, everybody was like, for Belle, they were like, oh, she's so sweet. Oh, she's so lovely. And for Sean, they were all like, used car salesman.
What?
Yeah. They all thought you looked like a used car salesman.
Oh, sweet.
I know. Because you know why?
Because I can sell some shit.
Because you can lie at a rate of 1 lie per minute on a podcast. That's
why.
why.
Or more.
Or more. It's a skill.
It is a skill.
It is a skill,
It
baby.
really helps when you have a gullible listener.
That's me.
I
I'm the gullible
like to practice
listener.
on Carrie, but I always tell her what's true and what's not.
He's lying again. Bing! There's our bell, Susie. There's our bell.
Another one or two, you'll lose count.
Oh, Susie has a really good one. What's the strangest lie you have ever told or told? Do you have one?
I probably not
What?
say nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Susie, do you have one? Because that's a really interesting thing. Like, I think that people tend to talk about lies like that and they say they're outrageous. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. Like,
An outrageous lie.
if you have experience with the listener, it's not just like a random person.
Yeah.
You know. I'm not saying it's not.
I don't think you should say
If
that.
there's a modicum of trust, where you know that person is gullible for some reason,
Yeah.
that's like empowering.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
that's terrible. That's like a power thing. That's
No,
like
I didn't mean like that. I mean, if you're like making up a lie, that's where you're gonna get like the craziest lies. But you wouldn't normally get because you have that little bit of credit. Oh, credit.
oh no.
And I'm not talking about you, but
I think so.
oh no, not well, you're involved, but it's not exactly. I'm really not you. Anyways, I'll tell you after.
Okay. So on Board Panda, they actually have a thing about
Oh, look at you on the internet.
actually, yeah. So
It's supposed to be like,
you never said that. You never made that a rule.
what do they call it when they have like that contest?
Free form?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Free
I don't
range?
know what it's called. Free range. I'm a free range rapper. In the end.
They only have organic wild grain for food and so anyways, on Board Panda, they actually have a topic from March 13th, 2022 called What's the Most Outrageous Lie You've Ever Been Told?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting. So this is really, really sad.
What is?
Well, some of them are really sad because
because they're like lies of infidelity and stuff like that.
No, like
no?
the first one is like basically this kid and like their whole childhood, their parents told them they were worthless and they didn't deserve anything and that nothing good would come of them.
That shouldn't even be on there.
It's sad.
Because it's a lie.
It is a lie.
But it's so sad, like it's just so abusive.
I know. It reminds me of the lie one of my teachers told me. Do you remember that lie?
Yeah, but for the purposes of our podcast, I like to think of more lighthearted lies. Like little white lies. But you go on. I do remember.
No, forget it. You just told me I couldn't do it.
No, that's not. I wasn't talking about your teacher's lie. That's not nearly as bad, although it's close to being as affecting. But it's still that.
I know. Can you just imagine?
That example you gave is horrible.
It's not, I didn't make it up.
I know.
But like my teacher very similarly said that like I would, because I slurred my S's and I have a goofy voice, they said that basically I would grow up and I would never get married and no one would ever take like me seriously and I would never have a job or pass an interview for college even because my voice was so ridiculous.
Well, there's like 3 lies in there. Because you damn sure been married.
I have damn sure been married.
Your voice is not ridiculous.
It's kind of Muppet-like.
No, you definitely have made plenty of money. Not enough, but plenty of money.
Oh my God.
And it was that second one.
No one would ever love me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's not what you said.
No, that was one of
Because
them.
that was also a lie.
No one would ever love
I
me
can't
because my
remember
voice
what it
is
was.
too silly.
What?
And I never get into college to make it through the interview, man.
Oh, you're great.
What?
Oh, it was nobody would take you seriously.
Yeah,
That's the non-lie.
that's pretty funny.
Because that still exists today. But that's all right.
Then no one will take me seriously.
But Carrie always burns them in the end. Don't worry.
I do burn them in the end because I'm ruthless.
She is ruthless.
Um,
Nobody would ever know that. But man. Woo.
All right, there's a random topic. So,
Woo. You don't want to get on Carrie's bad side. Let me tell you.
There are two people in our town.
Yeah.
And both of them, like, they love to tell me how ruthless I am. They're like,
oh,
no one realizes how they're both guys. And they're both like, no one realizes how ruthless you are. And I'm like, really? And they're always like, yeah, you'd kill somebody in the woods. I'm like, well, they're about to kill me. Maybe, yeah. Or like my kid.
They don't know you that well.
Yeah, but it cracks me up because I think they do. And it's like so funny because to me, A, they've taken the time to try to figure me out. But B,
yeah,
it's kind of intriguing. Like,
well,
and with Sean,
what?
everybody's like, yeah, Sean killed somebody in the woods.
Oh, I killed somebody in the middle of the street.
Yeah, like, but Carrie, like, ooh, you're ruthless, Carrie. You're secretly so ruthless. And I'm like, why do you think that? Why have you spent the time to try to determine that? It's weird. It's really weird.
Maybe we should dive into that.
No, I don't think so. I think
Why
everybody
are
else
people
would
thinking about you after hours?
No, not like that. I think
Carrie after, that's the name of your OnlyFans. Carrie after hours.
I sadly don't have an OnlyFans.
No, but it's coming.
It's not coming. I don't even know how many lies that makes now. Like 27.
I told you.
Ding, 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 ding.
You lose track. That was not a lie.
I hope Susie's keeping track for us. All right, here's another lie. Ready?
Yeah.
My late older sister told me I was adopted and showed me the paperwork to prove it. Being a teen, I didn't know it was a handily forged fakery courtesy of some forms her friend got somehow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Decades later, some people still think I was adopted. I wasn't. DNA. I'm 100% from the same parents as her. I even heard, but she's not your real sister / dad at funerals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I know. Can you imagine?
That's a very forward-thinking sister, though.
That is crafty.
She was waiting for her day in court to fight that estate. She's like, look, this girl's adopted. She's got no right to this money. It's mine.
Pretty much. Maybe that's what she was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of them on there that are like, you know how like you see those doggy videos, and in the doggy videos, like the dog is obviously ripped up the couch or eating a cake or like a lot of them are like about children just like lying straight face with like chocolate on their face going like, no.
Oh, I didn't eat the cake.
I didn't eat the cake, Daddy. No. What you doing, babe?
Checking on the dog.
Dog's running around the house.
I hear some noises.
All right.
Of suspicious.
So weird, outrageous lies.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
That's when I got my start.
Lying?
Perfecting it.
I don't know if you should tell me this.
I was like 2 years old.
Babe.
I remember.
Babe.
I got up before my mom. And there was a package of Oreos in the refrigerator. And I was sitting in front of the television watching cartoons, Bugs Bunny, as a matter of fact. So maybe I was a little older than 2, because this is a real clear memory. And I went to the refrigerator because I was hungry. And of course, I didn't know how to cook anything or prepare anything, but there was these Oreos right there.
So
and I took one to eat. But then I kept going back and back. And then my mom woke up and was making her coffee or whatever. And she's like, hey, you eat the Oreos out of this refrigerator? I was like, no. What the hell are you talking about? I probably had chocolate all over.
Did you say hell? Did you say hell as a 2-year-old?
Yeah. My family is kind of loose like that.
All right.
And then, my mom took a hit off her joint and said, hey, you want one? I said, no, I'm good, Mom. And she believed me. Are you going to call me out on that for a lie?
I don't think your mom.
That's a half a lie.
Your poor mom.
Just to share it in half. Actually, it's probably a whole lot because she probably couldn't afford weed then. It was just her and I. It was a shitty little apartment too. I remember that.
There was this girl in my grade school who insisted that she won like all these beauty contests. And you know that she didn't win any beauty contests.
Nah,
Like-
you're just being mean now.
No, because like she didn't. And she was like, you have to have a lot of money to enter those
They
contests.
didn't even have toddlers and tiaras back then.
But you still had to have a lot of money to enter those contests, right? And like she didn't. She was
Yeah.
very, very poor and she smelled like mothballs. And it was
Well, that's because her mom wanted to preserve her.
maybe. And it was very sad. But in second grade, she insisted that the Police song, Roxanne,
Yeah.
about the like someone being a
Street worker
street worker.
and not a sweeper. Yeah.
Sorry. Not the street sweepers.
Right.
Anyways, so like she insisted that that song was written for her and she was a close personal friend with Sting. At like
Really?
yeah, like 8 years old.
So she was a hooker at 8? Was her
Street
name Roxanne?
Her name was Roxanne.
Oh, well, she wasn't lying.
She was totally lying, that poor little thing. And like
I
yeah.
told my friends at daycare that we had a helicopter.
what?
Stop it!
Did you really?
Oh yeah, I got in trouble for that.
You said you had a helicopter?
Like the little rat teacher ratted me out to my mom. She's like, "Why are you telling people we got a helicopter?" I was like, "That's cool." I don't know.
That's amazing.
Our dog's nuts.
I know, she wants you to play. So my theory is I kind of want to talk about that in your
What?
early time of lying, but I want to.
I've never lied.
You just said you lied. Ding, 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 ding. The bell is a clanging for every time you lie, sir.
But how can you prove it?
Sometimes it's really obvious, like when an 8-year-old says that. An 8-year-old American girl says that
No, I mean
Roxanne.
in regards to me.
Because you tell divergent stories that don't coincide and make logical sense.
Everything I've told the last 3 things have been true.
Yeah.
About the helicopter, about the Oreos, and what I just said. That makes 3.
All right, let's tell Susie's story.
All
Ready? Right. I'm not gonna tell you my bigger picture lie thing.
Why not?
Because
No,
I feel
let me
like.
hear it.
All right, ready?
About Roxanne?
Yes.
Because she's just a washed up hooker.
Oh my gosh! Stop it!
What? If she started when she was 8, she's done by now.
She didn't. All right, so as a child, I had a really hard time.
Yeah.
Because I felt like she truly believed that was true, and I knew that wasn't true, right? Like
You
I
thought she believed it was true?
yes,
Like her mom was telling her that? Or
yeah.
what?
And like when she talked about like her beauty pageants and stuff, it was like she really believed it was true, right? And I had this other moment. Hold on, you gotta let me finish, right?
I will, because it's a question about your story.
What's this question?
I was gonna say, so she didn't really know what the song was about, probably, right?
No, obviously
Okay.
not.
All right.
But my mama knew because I told my mama, and my mom was like, "That girl's lying." And I was like, okay.
you didn't know?
No.
Had you even heard it?
Yeah, I knew the song.
Oh, okay.
But then, like, my mom, and I think maybe Scott Quinn, who was very advanced for his age, explained what the
Those
red
boys
light
are.
meant and all this kind of stuff. So, anyways, my mom told me that was like a lie. But throughout our time together in grade school, this girl often told things like that. Like, she won beauty contests, like, all this kind of stuff. And she was so sad and like not someone who would win a beauty contest, not because she was ugly, but just because she didn't have the tools to win a beauty.
That's why she told those stories.
I know.
Just to make herself feel better.
I know, but as a little kid, I just couldn't wrap my head around how like I became very obsessed with the fact that like we may not. She also sang a lot at talent shows and thought she was really, really good, and she wasn't.
Yeah.
And so I kind of became obsessed with this belief that you can think something about yourself and it will be radically not true. And so that you couldn't trust your own perception of who you are. Like that defined so much of my life
And it
as a
still
child.
does.
I think it might still
It
like
does.
resonate.
It does.
And okay. But then there was also like this like randomly like weird aspect of it when like there was another girl in college who did the same thing. Like she was just like, I am an Olympic volleyball player, and we all looked it up, and she was never on an Olympic volleyball team, and she
Right.
wasn't that good at our college. Like my parents died in a plane crash, and I can't remember if it was Argentina or Brazil, and we all looked it up, and it wasn't true. And it like, but it was like she believed it so hard that it made me not trust anything that I believed about myself. It made me think that like reality is so shaky that we can't necessarily know what the truth is and what a lie is.
See, that's where I benefit from being a professional liar. I know the difference. I totally know the difference.
I can't believe I married
And
a
even if you
professional
believe
liar.
me, I'm not going to believe it.
Are you telling me I married a professional liar?
No. I mean,
Consistent.
I've got a card in my wallet, but
I think that what compounded my issues for me was that like in nursery school. So I went to nursery school because I was like a latchkey kid. Is that what you called them? Like the kids whose parents worked and so they just went home alone. Yeah. And I was like, my mom had no choice, and so she sent me to this nursery school when I was super little. That's our dog. When I was super little, and our really cool, super nice teacher, right? It was Halloween, so it's like right around now. And she was like lovely and so wonderful. And she dressed up like the Wicked Witch, but she like had all this green makeup on. And I was like 3 or 4 years old. And she came in and she was cackling and she had a broom and she was like fully in the part. Like she had committed to being a Wicked Witch. And I was just like hell to the no. All the other little kids were like giggling and thought it was the best thing. And I was like, oh no, she's a Wicked Witch. And all the like helper teachers were like, Carrie, it's just Mrs. Blah, blah, blah. It's just Mrs. Blah, blah, blah. But that did not fix my brain. Yeah. I was just like, oh my gosh, Mrs. Blah, blah, blah can turn evil. Boom! Just like that. Reality is shook. And I ran away. I ran out of the nursery school and all the way down the road. I just kept running as fast as my 3.5, 4-year-old little legs could take me in Bedford, New Hampshire, until some random man in a car picked me up and brought me back.
And now's the time where you tie this back to the lie?
Yeah, because nothing was real. That's the thing. Like, how do you know what's a lie? And how do you know what's real?
All this up. Maybe she didn't dress up like. Maybe this is all made up backstory because of what that man did to you in the car.
That man did nothing to me in the car. He was very, very nice and he was friends with my mama.
You're protecting your young psyche.
No, I'm not. And you made it creepy. And no, it was like, but the whole point is like, as a little kid, I just didn't know what real was. Like, I didn't know what reality was because those events were so big in my brain as I tried to figure out the world that we live in. And there you go.
And still to this day, that's what I count on.
I know, it's really true. You're a manipulative jerk. So Michael Buckley said a lie is, I won the election, making it political, Michael. Good
Which
job.
one did you win?
I don't think it's about him.
How about,
oh. All right, you want to read Susie's?
No, I want you to. I'm going to read John Bell's.
Oh, I have to go back onto Facebook because
So
it's a longie.
Which one?
Susie's.
Yeah, you do that and I'll read John Bell's.
All right, hold on. Let me go get John Bell's up for you.
No, you do Susie's first.
I have to
no, I'll do
get
John's.
to it.
He says, I hope Sean remembers this.
Uh-uh.
And I hate to admit this. But Sean and I tried to lie to the bouncer at a gay club in Key West
What?
to try to follow this beautiful lady inside.
Really?
It's true.
Oh, that's so cute.
Well, yeah. I was talking to her walking, and I guess she got nervous and darted in. I told
Poor
Sean,
lady.
hey, stand close to me like we're together. And the bouncer said something like, are you gay? Or you know this is a gay bar? And I nodded. And he knew we were full of it and wouldn't let us in.
He wouldn't let you in?
Yeah.
He was protecting the lady.
What? Maybe.
That's kind of
I mean,
awesome.
we were only like freaking barely old enough to drink. And
John Bell.
yeah. But
Creeping
that didn't
the
stop
ladies
us from
out.
getting into gay bars in Key West. It was just that one.
Just that one time.
Yeah.
So you guys just lied in your pursuit of a lady,
No.
pretending that you were.
You guys, read more carefully.
Okay, John lied. Oh man.
I mean, I grabbed his junk and everything, and he still wasn't letting me in.
Yeah. Okay.
Us.
All right. So.
They let John in, but not me. Ding, ding, ding. I gotta ring that bell. Jesus. Thanks for the help, baby. Thanks for the help. You left me hanging there.
You did it to yourself. All right.
What?
So Susie says we didn't lie, but we did keep the truth from our mother for over 40 years. On her this is gonna be dark. On her deathbed, she asked, "Who broke the cuckoo clock?" We finally confessed to playing football in the house. My sister and I played cheerleaders, and one older brother threw the football to the younger brother. The pass went wide and hit the clock, which then fell off the wall. We glued it back together and swore to each other not to tell on each other, and we kept that oath for over 40 years. The clock now hangs in my younger brother's home.
That's a great story.
That is a really good story.
It really is.
Yeah, because I think my favorite part is that your mother hung on to that. And she's like,
that is the best part.
I gotta know this before I die. Yeah.
How many years was she keeping that in the back of her head?
I know.
Well, wow.
Yeah, that's really kind of amazing.
I already got my question for you when I'm dying, baby.
And
you better keep lying about it when I
ask. Oh, no. I don't even know.
It doesn't matter. That would be a photo on Facebook. So
Susie says, how many lies were you told by your parents? Like, if you keep making that face, it'll freeze that way. Or guys don't like smart women. My parents, Susie, you want to know the lie my parents told me year after year after year? Your father's your father.
Oh yeah,
that was my lie.
Yeah.
I didn't get the good lies like that.
My parents didn't tell me those stupid lies, you go blind if you masturbate or whatever.
Johnny.
What? Oh, that's no secret.
There's a post on Indie 100 and it's called the 14 of the most ridiculous lies ever told. I don't know if that's really true, but they are some vaguely amusing, right?
Yeah.
So one of them is a boy in college was accused of stealing a bike and he flat out denied it, even getting his priest to write in and give him a character reference.
What?
Yeah. But then CCTV of him stealing the bike emerged.
Nice.
Can you imagine? No, I didn't steal that bike. No, I didn't steal that bike. Priest, can you write me a note? Yeah, of course he didn't steal that bike. And then, oh, there he is, stealing the bike.
You know what? I told a lie by accident one time.
Really? Ding, ding, ding.
Nope.
There goes the lie bell.
Listen to my story first.
I don't believe you anymore.
I was like 12 or 13, maybe 11. No older than 13.
All right.
And I went to, we were living in Orlando at the time.
Yeah.
My mom, my dad, and I. And we had a local convenience store down the road. We had two. One was like a 7-Eleven, and one was more like an independent one.
Yeah.
And I went into independent one time, and I honestly don't remember if I had ever done this successfully or not before, but I stole a candy bar.
What?
But
you
I got
became
caught.
a cop.
Myself and my buddy I was with both got caught. But for some reason, I was the only one that got in trouble.
Of course.
And the dude's like, "Hey, I'm gonna call your parent. What's your phone number?" I was like, "All right," and I gave him my phone number. So then I went back home, but I didn't go all the way home. I just went to these big set of bushes we had in the neighborhood, and I hid in there because I didn't want to go home. And eventually, I had to go home. So I went home, and everything was just normal. So I was like, everything's normal. All night long, everything is normal. And I was like, "Hey, Mom, what's our phone number?" And she told me. And I was like, "Oh, damn, I gave that guy the wrong number." Like, I was so nervous. I just, you know what I mean?
You didn't do it on purpose.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I was scared to death. Like, I thought I was giving him the right number. I was rather take whatever. I mean, really, what can my parents do? They weren't going to beat me, but.
Ground you.
I haven't been grounded since I was 7.
I'm going to ground you tonight. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Let's just leave your hidden desires alone.
When I was, just carry on without me. I'm just gonna die over here.
Well, why don't you say hi to D?
Hi, D.
He said, hey, I'm here.
D is here. Yay! We hope your class was okay, D. You're already too smart. Don't get smarter.
She's taking a Friday night class?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I just know that she's taking
a professional class?
I don't
or is
know,
it like
but
a cooking class or a dance class?
She's already super smart, so hopefully it's like a physical class, like, you know, like a workout class or something.
Taibo.
It was a workout class. That's right. Woo! All right, phew. Anyways, when I was a emergency services part-time dispatcher, which is a really handful of words to say.
You just dispatch the police and fire department.
An ambulance. That's all it is. But I didn't want to just say.
I think ambulance and fire are kind of synonymous in most people's minds.
I don't know. Are they? Anyways, that's not the point. When I did it, I had the weirdest, like, you were a cop for a while, but
for a hot minute
was not anything like that in my whole entire life, right? And so I had to do this interview with a couple of people, and one of the things they asked was like, "Have you ever stolen anything?"
She said no, but I damn sure think about it a lot.
I said,
"What'd you say, baby?"
I said, "I think I've accidentally taken a pen from work before, but I always try to bring them back." When I worked at the Ellsworth American, and the police chief,
don't leave a kayak laying around me.
And the police chief, when he was looking at my answers, was like,
"He what?"
He was looking at my answers and going over them with me afterwards, because he wasn't the one who did the test, or the interview for that. He just started laughing.
I believe it.
He was like laughing so hard, and he was just like, "You're either absolutely psychotic or you're the most pathetically honest person I've ever met."
Yeah, I know the answer to that one.
I'm not psychotic. I'm the worst liar ever is the problem. And I was like, does that count? I think that might count. Like, if you accidentally take a pen, does that count? I've accidentally done that. It's kind of thief.
No,
it's kind of thievery. No, it may not have been intentional.
It has to be intentional.
Oh.
To be thievery.
Oh.
I do.
A local woman, who I shall not name, recently, like today or yesterday, lost a envelope of a local bank on a street full of cash.
Really? What's he? Why was he carrying a bucket load of cash for a bank around?
I don't know.
Is he going to refill up the ATM or something?
I don't know, but it was on Bar Harbor Barter and Swap. She was just like,
And nobody turned it in?
no, it's sad.
Yeah, that's like winning the lotto right now. You got 12. What do you got? Like $1,200?
I have no idea. I have no idea how much money it was, but it was like an envelope and it had the bank name on it and like.
Well, was it her money or was it bank money?
I don't know.
Oh. So it was a bank envelope. It was probably her money.
I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't. I'd rather it be the bank's than hers.
It just made me
Honestly,
sad. It
but-
made me sad. Oh, I would too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because I don't know. It just reminded me of my youth. Do you remember like when we were kids and like people used to get cash in envelopes from the bank?
Baby, they still do that.
They do.
If you take cash from the bank,
They put it in an envelope?
They'll ask you if you want an envelope, or if it's a drive-through, they'll put it in an envelope.
Why would you not just do it at ATM?
Well, because ATMs don't cash checks. Or they might in the big city, but they don't do here in Bar Harbor.
They don't here in Bar Harbor.
No. Not
Are
when
you sure?
You got to sketch your
Sketch
PIN
your
code.
name.
You got to sketch your PIN code on the slate.
All right. So Susie says, when I was about 5, my mom asked me where I got the gum in my mouth. I told her a man selling gum came to our house and gave me the gum. Susie, I actually got the gum off the floor
That is the worst part of this story.
in the hallway of our apartment building.
Damn.
I got my mouth washed out with soap for lying.
And that's
again.
why you're still alive today, because your mom put soap in your mouth and got rid of those floor germs. Holy moly, that was sheer luck right there, Susie.
Susie and I were not similar children.
You know, I had my mouth washed out with soap exactly one time.
For what?
I don't remember, but that's when I became bound and determined to become a better liar.
You know what I did?
What?
I was like, Mom, why have you never washed my mouth out with soap? And my mom was like, because that's barbaric, honey. And I was like, but everyone, that happened to Jackie because blah, blah, blah. And it happened to like blah, blah, blah. And it happened to blah, blah, blah. And my mom was like, I will never wash your mouth out with soap. And so I went in the bathroom.
You put soap in your mouth? Oh my God. It's horrible. It's bad.
It was terrible. I was like, and my mom came in and she's like, I thought that's what you were doing. And she was so mad at me.
Jeez.
I was such a messed up child. Susie said, I knew the taste of so many brands of soap. I only knew Irish Spring.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what I use.
that was the soap we had. That my dad used.
I can almost guarantee you mine was Dove. Because that's the only soap my mom ever used.
When in my Need series, that's the smell of pixies, you know.
Dove?
Dove soap. They all smelled like pixies. Or pixies all smell like.
Ooh, this bar of soap smells like a pixie.
Shut up.
Dove.
This is a hard podcast.
Dove, pixie scented.
It smells like Tinkerbell.
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 Ooh.
All right. So, do you have another story, or shall I go on?
I only have stories that our listeners provide.
And your own life, your own liar life.
I would think that Dee would be able to provide a good
I
lie
know.
story.
She's probably like off cleaning up after her
She's probably
workout.
taking a shower.
She probably stopped and made her appearance.
Yeah, she said, hey, I'm going to go take a shower.
Yeah, pretty much. We're glad you were here for a hot second.
That's right. John's disappeared.
John's tired. He had a fishing charter
Michael's
today.
disappeared because he won the election.
Susie's here. That's all that matters. So this other person said, I had a college roommate at a state university that
Can I pause you for 1 second?
Damn it.
Only because this is important. Because Dee just asked what the topic was.
Oh, gee.
The topic is telling the truth. No, the topic is lying.
We didn't have a topic. And so then we had to make a
Susie
topic.
made it up for us.
And yeah,
Actually,
and Susie created our topic for us, and now we're running with it like a bad improv
so
team.
if you have like a really wild childhood lie, or even a not so wild lie that resulted in some form of barbaric punishment, we'd love to hear your story, Dee.
Dee said, and my brother wanted me to pass along that he went to the class tonight and died, but he resurrected because he's making you pass it along.
That's right.
Is he zombie brother now? Is he the undead brother of Dee?
Before Carrie continues with her story, I'd like to know what the class was.
I know, and I hope your brother actually is okay.
Was it like Taibo?
Was it Pilates?
Was it CrossFit?
Was it Army boot camp?
Was it Jiu-Jitsu?
Was it Krav Maga?
Was it...
Suzanne Summers Thigh Master?
What was that?
Jane
aerobics,
Fonda?
like just 80s aerobics.
Yeah, what were those called, the 80s
Were you
aerobics?
wearing knee-high socks?
Leg
warmers.
Leg warmers, man. It was Heated Yoga Fusion. He picked it. It was bro night.
Oh, I probably picked that too. That sounds kind of cash.
I am so jealous
Apparently
of
it
Dee.
wasn't.
Like, I'm so jealous of Dee that she has a cool brother.
Yeah.
I need to rent a brother.
A rent-a brother?
I need a rental brother. I wonder if there's anyone local who would like volunteer to be my brother.
I don't know. You got like 2 rent-a-sons already.
I have so many rent-a-sons and rent-a-daughters. I have no rent.
No brothers or sisters.
I have no bros. I have no sisters. I need some.
Huh.
I do. All right, ready? Here's
Yeah.
she said, you could have borrowed the other one. He didn't go, I want the good brother, Dee. I want the brother who's engaged. Like, I want the brother who's going to do stuff with me. I don't want the brother who's not going.
Right there, Dee. She gets the brother that doesn't go.
I know.
Except for me. I'm down for anything. As long as it doesn't involve extreme heights.
I don't know if that's a lie or not.
That's not a lie.
Ah.
I flew all the way over the ocean for you. And for me. But
Ding! Half lie.
I never would have done it without.
Dee said he didn't go because I can only bring one. Last time my friend used my other brother. Okay, I will take that brother. That brother is mine now, Dee. You tell me.
Yeah, Dee, you get your friend.
I will move to Georgia just so I can have a brother, honestly. You ready? Ready for another one?
I don't know. But yeah.
I had a college roommate, and again, this is from Indy100.com. I had a college roommate at a state university that played for the marching band. Over the course of 5 years, he had convinced myself and friends that he, among many other things, 1, played a concert with Eric Clapton, 2, performed in the Broadway play Wicked, and 3, recorded an album with Billy Joel.
Well, mistake number 1 is believing anything that a 5-year college student says.
Oh, no.
But anyways.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah.
Especially if it's an associate's program.
That's nothing compared to this other college lie. You ready?
Uh-huh.
A classmate told me that he owned Philadelphia Airport.
What?
Had 4 private jets, a Bentley, and a Ferrari.
But he didn't have a Maybach.
No, he didn't. Mm-mm.
Anyways.
What?
He has a story up.
Oh, hold on. Let me get there. Are you going to read this one?
Sure.
Okay.
When I was in elementary school, there was a house down the street from the school, and they had a dog. I used to lie and say it was my grandma's house, and that was my dog, Scruffy.
That's so cute.
You know, I have literally used the lie of it followed me home.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that about me?
No, I wasn't going to say that, albeit true, but it was about an animal. I
Yeah?
can't remember if it was a cat or a dog.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you were just like, it followed me home.
Yeah. So, and some poor sap lost their pet.
And then you kept
Unless it was a stray. I don't know. Could have been.
Oh my gosh, Sean.
What?
You are not a good child.
You have seen a puppy or a kitty on the street would have brought it home too.
No, I would have taken
Right now, you'd bring it home.
I would bring it home, but then I would post everywhere and say I found this lost kitty or puppy.
And if you don't respond within 3 minutes, I'm taking this post down.
The other week, I found a puppy on our street, a doggy on our street.
Wait, tell the whole story.
Okay, so we have to listen to the police scanner because we have a hyper local newspaper, right?
Yeah, that we run.
That we run and we write all of for free. And because why? I don't know. There's something wrong with us. And so, because of that, we listen to all right, the reason why we do it is because we really
want to hear about the puppy.
I'm getting there. Let me say why we do it. The reason why we do it is because I truly believe that for people to make informed choices and know about their local government, like in their town and what's happening, they need to be able to access the news. And newspapers, traditional newspapers, logically have to have paywalls because they have to make enough money to pay their employees.
And their rent.
What?
And their rent.
And their rent and all that other kind of stuff, right? So I was like, I used to be a newspaper reporter and a newspaper editor. I can do this for free. And so, and I want everyone to be able to like see the news that's happening. So I just started going to all the town meetings and covering them. And then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger this past year. But that's why we do it. And that's why we're poor, because we don't charge money. Anyways, the point was that, what was the point, babe?
I don't remember.
Oh, so we listened to the scanner, right? And so we were listening to the scanner because you got to get good cop photos of arrests and fires and stuff if you're going to have a newspaper. And I heard that there was a dog loose on our street, on our very own street, and it was the middle of dinner. But did I care? No, I did not care. And I ran out into the middle of our street and looked for this dog right and left. And there it was across the street,
straight ahead of you,
directly in front of me. And I was like, doggy! And the doggy ran over and I grabbed the doggy with a leash I took outside. But I was so excited to have found the doggy, I didn't realize it had a collar on it, which is really ignorant. So I tried to wrap and do like this makeshift harness with the doggy leash. And then I saw the cop and he parked like 3 blocks away to come retrieve this dog. And he's just ambling really slowly. And the dog and I are like, we love each other. This is the best thing. But I'm also like, don't run away, dog. I have a makeshift leash wrapped all around you. And the cop comes up, chill AF. And he's just like, hey, you got the dog? You have a dog? I'm like, I didn't call it in because I know cops hate lost dog calls. I'm like, but I found it. And he's like, all right. And he like goes underneath the dog's fur, finds the collar, and like looks at me like, you're stupid. And like hooks the leash into the doggy's collar. And like, I'm like, he must think I'm the most ignorant human being in the entire world. And I sat and I like was like down there squatting, holding this dog, looking up at this cop. The dog's like, I'm the happiest dog in the world and the coolest, right? I'm like, I should have just kept this damn dog. And I look at him and he looks at me and I'm just like, oh. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, are you gonna thank me for finding the dog?
No.
He just like, I'll get you your leash back today or tomorrow.
You should have said, well, bring my collar back too.
I should have. And then he just ambled off with the dog. But I wanted that dog. It was the coolest dog ever.
Not cooler than our dog.
Way cooler than our dog.
Cooler than this dog right here.
Yeah, pretty much.
About the angle I remember.
Yeah. All right. So D says, do you want to read this or are you too busy playing?
No. Also off topic, but if Sean wants to take the class, he could have. It's called Bros Night, but it's for brothers, husbands, boyfriends, uncles, dads, sons. You just need a bro.
Shawnee, are you enough of a bro for bro night for heated yoga fusion?
I'm enough of a bro for bro night, but I don't know about the heated yoga fusion part.
It's
to me,
fusion.
that sounds very painful. the heated part sounds nice.
Pogie. Come here, baby.
And if it's you, the fusion part sounds nice.
Come here, baby.
But the yoga sounds scary.
I keep thinking nuclear, like nuclear fusion.
Well, it's always nuclear with us.
Okay. Oh boy.
What?
Hey, Steve's here. Hey, Steve. All right. Susie says, my husband really did follow me home. Oh, I did not really follow Sean home. I swear to you. So Susie says,
Follow me other places.
ding, 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 lie, lie, lie. The bell goes off for lies. Susie said, my husband really did follow me home. He was out driving around in his new to him
Corvair.
I don't know what that is.
That's that is a old rear engine automobile, I believe, made by Chevrolet.
Like a Pinto?
No.
You said
Pinto.
rear engine.
Pintos had engines in the front. They had gas tanks in the rear that like to blow up.
Oh.
Corvairs had engines in the rear that like to catch fire.
Okay.
Anyways,
So Susie said, my husband really did follow me home. He was out driving in his new to him Corvair and saw me walking home. And then he asked around to find out who I was. That's so cute.
it is. It is.
Dee says that the yoga fusion wasn't painful, but it was intense.
Well,
I feel like Sean could make a lot of jokes about that, and we're just going to move on. And she said it was hot Pilates, move and tone, trampoline class, or heated yoga fusion. I would like to see you in a trampoline class.
Me?
Yeah.
no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I
my
would.
man boobs would be bouncing all over the place. It'd be disgusting.
It would be so cute. I think it'd be sexy.
No,
Yeah.
it would not.
Yeah. Yeah, men not taking themselves too seriously is super sexy. Matt McConaughey would go to move and tone trampoline class.
I can't do this. See, I'm lactating on my shirt right now.
Is-
Who's sleeping with my
Is
man
that the
boobs?
dog? Did the dog drool on
No,
you?
it's drippage from my sweating glass
Sure.
or droolage from my mouth. I don't know which.
Ding? Is that a lie?
Yeah, because it's from my glass.
Steve, I feel like you would have had some good lies, bud, but I feel like you're probably already gone.
He's
Oh,
probably already gone. He
So-
just stopped in for a second.
yeah.
He's too cool to hang out.
Too cool for school, man. Like Gwendolyn Brooks' poem. So, do you have any more lies, or shall we close?
Oh, I
up?
make mine up on the fly, dude. I don't just bank.
Susie said, my husband took one gentle yoga class with me, and he broke a sweat.
I'd break a leg.
He would break
Like,
a leg.
I'd break a tendon.
Sean
The
is,
sweat's no problem. I
Sean-
can do that all day.
Sean is the least flexible person I have ever met in my entire life.
I mean, I got a finger.
You
but
got a
I
finger?
can't even unfold. It's so unflexible.
Can you touch your toes, boo?
I can touch my toes with my other toes.
Like, can you bend over? Wait,
Yeah,
are you gonna do it right now? No, that doesn't count. That is not touching your toes.
I doubt I can.
Are you gonna? He's trying. He's
No,
trying.
there's
right
no
now.
fucking way I can touch my
Language,
toes.
language.
I'm not even gonna try that on national TV.
National podcasting.
Oh,
International when Sayer watches it. So Susie says her husband could never touch his toes. Dee says, do you want to read it?
in ninth grade, I was at some kind of fair thing, and there was a guy who was getting hit on by a middle schooler.
Oh no.
He told the middle schooler I was his girlfriend. I wasn't, but I agreed anyway. He asked for my number and asked me 2 weeks later, so I guess it ended up not being a lie.
Aww, that's like a meet cute in a middle grade novel.
He's just being sure of himself.
That's
He's like,
adorable.
"This is my girlfriend, she just don't know it yet."
That's adorable. That's like, I should use that and write a novel about that. That's adorable.
You should.
Mhm.
2 weeks in hell. That's the title.
No, it's not the title.
Don't tell me you've never been an adolescent or prepubescent boy
No.
trying to build up the courage to call a girl on an old landline with a cord on it and thinking about who's going to answer the phone, her dad?
Is
Not
that what
only
you
you
used to
gotta
have
run
in your-
the parent gauntlet, but then you gotta just have the nerve to actually talk to the girl if you get her on the phone.
I wasn't cool enough to have boyfriends. Other
No,
than
they
Carl
probably just
Cody.
came over to your house.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, see, you didn't need the phone.
They just show up. One of my first boyfriends was Carl Cody. Do you want to know how that happened? Because that's romantic.
Carl
Ready?
Cody?
Yeah. So I was over at Debbie Muir's house, and she had a really cool house because they had dirt bike trails in the backyard.
Did they have any dirt bikes?
Yeah. And like
Were they motorized or just bicycles?
Both. And they were just super cool. They lived on the edge of Manchester, so it was a wild part of town. Sorry, Deb, if you're listening. And I just thought Deb and her house was like the coolest thing ever. And there were all these kids in the whole neighborhood, right?
It was the rural part of a rich neighborhood.
No.
Oh, it was Manchester.
It was almost in Manchester. So it was like not much like me, Deb, and the kids in that area were not super rich, unlike the rest of our town.
Right.
And so like everybody's parents worked, so we were all just like at those houses right after school, partying in our 6th grade self, which meant going on dirt bikes and making ramps and jumps and stuff, right? And so we played like this really intricate game of tag that would happen for the whole neighborhood, and you had like teams, so it was like kind of like keep away, but also tag, but also that thing with the flag all combined into one. It was wild. It was like Animal Farm. It was like that book where all the children are on the island and they kill Piggy. What's that book? You don't remember?
Lord of the Flies?
Yes, it was like Lord of the Flies.
This moment goes down in history because Carrie's a well-read intellectual one. And she couldn't remember a basic school book like Lord of the Flies.
I couldn't.
That's
Anyways,
so forget something.
It was like Lord of the Flies, right?
Yeah.
And so we were playing freeze tag or that tag game, and Carl Cody jumped off a shed behind somebody's house, pummeled me, tackled me to the ground like a dragon in an erotic romance novel that I'm reading right now and copy editing. And like I was like, what? And then he pinched my butt. And then
he was a dragon in an erotic romance novel. What do you expect?
I know.
You're lucky. That's all he did.
And so my little sixth grade self jumped up, and I looked around, and he was already gone. And I think John Muir.
So was that a lie you told yourself?
No, John Muir came up, and I'm like, what just happened? And he's like, did Carl kiss you? I'm like, no, he didn't kiss me. He pinched my butt. And he was like, oh, well, you're boyfriend and girlfriend now. And I didn't believe him because I thought there had to be more consent.
Make you boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah. But then at the McKelvey Middle School field day or fair day or some sort of day that we had that involved a lot of carnival games, there was a cakewalk, which means you walk around the stage and you kind of win a cake somehow.
Why?
I don't know. And Carl Cody won his cake, and he gave it to me.
He definitely likes you, girl.
And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I want you to have my cake," and I'm like, "Okay." And then somebody else was like, "Carl likes you." I'm like, "Well, he shouldn't pinch my butt if he likes me, but the cake works." And that was kind of my relationship with Carl.
Once again, still to this day. Cake works better than pinching her butt.
It's very true. I have not changed at all.
She likes more of a gentle squeeze.
Okay, so.
Like a massage type of
Okay, Dee says, that was supposed to say 2 weeks later. He asked me out. We knew it, Dee. We knew it on a date.
We knew that too.
Dee also says.
I had a guy call every last Harris in the phone book until he got to my house because he wanted to talk to me. That's awesome. I never met this guy. He'd have his sister call and ask for me to go, and ask for me to then go, you want to talk to him? And then hand the phone. Hand him the phone.
Oh, she said. And I also used to lie to this one guy in middle school that I had a boyfriend when I didn't because he constantly called my house asking me to be his girlfriend again. Dee, you heartbreaker.
Again, did you actually go out with him?
She must have. Cakewalks, usually you stop on a number and you get the cake that has a number. That's what happens.
Oh. Let's have a cakewalk after this podcast.
I think we need some cake. And John Bell says,
good night, my friends. One eye open. Been up almost 20 hours. 6 driving, 8 fishing, 6 enjoying the Keys. Good night, John.
show off.
Have
Show
fun
off,
at the
John.
races.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, he will.
And I hope everybody else has a really great weekend too.
Oh, shit. It's 8 o'clock.
Language.
How the time flies.
It does somehow.
Dang. I
Hey.
didn't realize it all.
The music we're about to play was given to us by Stubby, who's amazing and awesome, and will be in the podcast notes tomorrow. And you should listen to him on Spotify so he can get some money.
We got to read these outro here. First.
Oh, but first,
And then Susie's.
oh my gosh, you too. All right, so D, thank you for contributing. D said, I did, and then I broke up with him because he cheated. You should have. He called every day on the dot. If I said call in 2 months, he would.
No, that's a good man right there.
No, he cheated.
I know, but he's, what are they? What did she say? Middle school?
I don't care. They start in middle school, they never stop. Susie said, I was about 8 and I lied to my parents about being bit in the face and on the leg by a dog. I said I fell. I was so afraid of getting rabies shots in my belly. Oh, Susie.
Holy crap.
The doggy was vaccinated. Since then, I have not been a lover of Cocker Spaniel.
I wouldn't have been either.
Oh, he also looked like a turtle, said D. Not the Cocker Spaniel, but the boy that cheated on D like a fool.
The turtle boy.
Turtle boy was a fool, but punctual. Poggy made a crying noise. That means it's time to go, Shawnee.
All right.
Are you
Goodbye,
ready?
everybody.
Thanks for
Have a
having
great weekend.
out, etc.
Thank you for listening to Loving the Strange. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, embrace the strange. New episodes every Saturday, live streaming Fridays. Go get your strange on, friends. Thanks for listening.